Good morning, guys. Hear me? Thank you. Shizzle fresh off her vacation, crushing everybody. Be back in a minute.
Risk disclosure statement. There is a risk of loss in trading stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, derivatives, options, forex, and cryptocurrencies. This risk can be substantial, and therefore investors should carefully consider their financial durability prior to trading. Past performance is not indicative of future performance. The software, strategies, chat rooms, websites, and any associated websites are digital venues for educational purposes only and should not be construed as an express or implied promise or guarantee that you will prompt your net loss in any limited in any manner whatsoever. Users of the information accept full responsibility for the outcomes of their deployment in most cycles and trader, LLC, and any associated companies, agents, management, owners, investors, farmers, without reservation. Please trade responsibly. Commodity Futures Trading Commission, CFTC, Rule 4.41, hypothetical and related trading performance results have certain inherent limitations, some of which are described herein. No representation is being made of any account below is likely to achieve profits or losses similar to those shown. In fact, there are frequently sharp differences between hypothetical or simulated performance results and the actual results subsequently achieved by any particular trading program. One of the limitations of hypothetical performance results is that they are generally prepared with the benefit of hindsight. In addition, hypothetical trading does not involve financial risk, and no hypothetical trading record capability accounts for the impact of financial risk in actual trading. For example, the ability to withstand losses for years in a particular trading program in spite of trading losses are material points which can also adversely affect actual trading results. Because these trades have not actually been executed, the hypothetical results may not or overcompensated for the impact, if any, of certain market factors such as lack of liquidity. There are numerous other factors related to the markets in general or to the implementation of any specific trading program which cannot be fully accounted for in simulated trading or in preparation of hypothetical performance results involved, of which can adversely affect actual trading results.
This trading room and its webinars are not intended to mirror my trading recommendations. Analysis of shares based on trading and myself based on my personal analysis. With all the terms of trade, I identify specific areas of trading management and also ultimately decisions yours. Trading is extremely risky, and if you decide to follow my personal strategy, you still your own risk and potentially your entire company anymore. And I was profitable and I $14 on my trading accounts. The spreadsheet has to my personal spreadsheet that I use every single day, that I use now, we did what exact prices in my trades. You can see when I add all prices in the spreadsheet as well as prices that I trade, whether you go long or short. You have the ability to add the spreadsheet and everything values and use money to confirm some prices because they're able to draw those correctly yourself. The spreadsheet is not telling you which direction trades, it has different prices and that prices will long and short positions depending on which your personal side trade. Here. All right, good morning. Happy September. As we just said, trade should pick up here a little bit. I'm open. All right, so I just got out of some crude. I got out of the rest of my crude lick. I could put some more on here. So there was an awesome red rum here, and I didn't have time to check to make sure this ATR was correct, but it ticked exactly to disqualify him from a short. But it may have been a red rum. I just couldn't get over there in time, and then turned out to be a whopper winner. But that was this. This is here. Run, buy, stop, run into the red ribbon, take it first, move out, first ATR move out. Then I ended up putting on off of this guy, Bark and Lick. This SPY ice, broken ice, ATR retesting, and then you got the sell ice to help you help hold it. And then I got some lick here, and I got out of my rest of my lick here. I did get out of some of my bark at the bottom of this guy. This may be blue lug too, pretty close. So I got out of some of, like I said, the bark at the bottom of this dude, or the top of this guy, I should say. This one's from June. It's market profile composite. But I'll be watching that. If not, I'll stop out of the rest of my bark off of this last event here. So my stops up here. But you know, you could put on, I should be putting on barks and licks. It feels terrible, right? Because the market's moved, you know, so far, and if you know crude, it will probably do a bungee jump, but you can't trade what you feel. You got to trade what you see. You can see this relative volume. It's one of the main reasons that this thing is getting crushed and not doing its games, because the algos come in and try to play games, and you got 10 times normal volume. That's a lot, and they get crushed. So it looks like it's kind of letting up here a little bit, but barks and licks are still on the table overall. You know, this isn't rocket science to see this breaking down, but you know, you can, everything is fractal. Talked about the failed balance breakout this day, and then we had this over Friday, and then we just gapped down huge here. So, but on a bigger picture, you can see what this is breaking down from. Right, so this, the rule of thumb is the height of the the balance area that it breaks from will eventually be the move. Doesn't mean it's going to happen today. Could, never know. But this thing is basically 77.50 down to 71.50. So you're talking $6 of a move. So that's what you should expect. So wouldn't surprise me to see this get down to here in the next few days. That's what it should do as far as what the normal occurrence is. If we get back into this zone, I would trade double size shorts based on that breakdown. Actually, on these, I'm just seeing it now as far as what I could have done because I'm doing the charts and stuff in the morning. But you could have taken a breaking way trade. This was a little, I want to say tougher to see, but you have to have the vision of the fractal, right? So the breakout of here. Hold on one second, guys. The breakout of this zone, basically, you could have jumped in first move out of these with these volume events, the breaking away, because obviously you're getting heavy relative volumes.
See here, Bank of America Global Research accounts China's GDP growth forecast for 2024 to pause below 8% versus the prior forecast of 5%. So obviously less than 5 months away now. So we get our Canadian manufacturing PMI, which is on the prior 47 spot.
So again, I don't know how far this is going to go, right? I have to trade my rules. The algo guy is bearish. I just got out of some barking lick, but I can put new trades on off of this event here. Here's your ATR. So even with this heavy relative volume, you're getting ATR retest. I wouldn't, we talk about don't take reversion trades with heavy relative volume. And if this comes back, I could put on, there's a little lick here, and I think there's some down here too. So I'm going to put bark and lick right back on, new position. I still have some bark on out of my first lick, but I'll put them right back on 71.03. I could put on 7. So like we talk about on trending days, this is how you can get multiple positions on. You're just trailing to the most recent event. I got bond longs on those work too. I'll go over that here in a second. All right, those are working. I'm not going to trade double size short here. I mean, it does look bearish, obviously, but I don't love the short right now. As far as we're probably going to get a juke move. Bonds, I was long. I put in here. This was a pick off of this event down here. You got your ATR. So at the time, the market came into this. There's the buy ice right at the edge of this. It did the ATR retest confirm. I took that pick long right there. ATR retest confirm. Put this in. And Shizzle was asking what the fills were. And then I should be trailing, and I just haven't had a chance to get over here doing the charts, but I'm trailing to this most recent event here. I got out of 1 at that market profile composite. So I'm going to trail to that. Remember, don't use these numbers on this, are they wrong? Just come over here. So it's 123.29. And I got out of 1 as it ripped to the top of that market profile composite. Actually, we're right here. I should be out of this trade right now, actually. I'm fine with that move. I'm going to get out of these. You can, if you're able to keep an eye on it. So we're at the lug. That my final exit, I'll get out. So I got out of 1 here. My final exit is either at the red lug, the major lugs, and or an opposing volume event. While you're at the major lug, you're real close to the bottom of this guy too. If you're able to sit here and watch it to see if you can use, you can use your market pulse and your tick strike to see if it's got enough gumption to get through there, then you can hold it. But I'm not afforded that on these webinars, so that was a great quick trade. You don't usually get these kind of moves in bonds that quickly. It usually takes hours. So good trade. On to the next one. All right, equities. Pretty big gap down here. Yes. So this is just still balancing. Here we are here. So this is where this directional conviction started. Friday.
97 stocks, flat, 0
Yeah,
million.
Friday. So a couple things here, like everything's fractal. This is one bigger balance, but then you break it down. That's a balance there. That's the attempted breakout. This is a very important zone, right? The trading strategies here you can take if this fails. Fail balance breakout, try to break out. You could take a breaking bad, current balance breakdown. Granted, this was Monday's trade, but it is a balance. There's a tick extreme, by the way, to start the day, but I don't pay attention right at the bat. Again, you can make that, you can make that, you can make that, but I'm definitely going to take a failed balance breakout if I start getting volume events below here, below this zone. I'm going to take those aggressive trades. That's one of our trading strategies. Again, that's a little more advanced of a trading strategy to be able to recognize the balance areas. But that's that. I'm sorry. So that's that. This is the one I missed in crude earlier. Oops. You got a lot of grain stuff firing off too. There was some, I don't know what went on over there, but soybeans gapped up pretty far overnight. I mean, it was 10 cents, but that's a decent move in here. This looks very bullish too right now. All right, balance, a little balance. Just came back to the top of that, and so this looks like it's heading back there. We've talked about this last week, but any moves back down into these zones, I would probably take double size longs. It looks like grains are the place to be this morning. Did I not get filled on this trade? I'm about to get filled on this crude. All right, filled on bark and lick crude. So I'm looking at this lick to get out of some, and then actually that's about it. This would be my main target for the lick trade. Another $1 down. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, we got. I definitely want to watch Blue Lug here. I could have taken a pick here too. I could still get in this, right? There's a volume event. Did the ATR retest? I should have pick on right now. Hold on, crude. All right, short pick as well. So Blue Lug isn't too far from here, right? The risk reward for this trade isn't great because I'm risking basically 70 ticks here to stop out of this thing with the Blue Lug right here. I mean, it doesn't mean it has to stop at the Blue Lug, but it very well might. So you may not say, I don't want to put on those trades with the Blue Lug so close. We talk about this all the time. That's stuff you guys got to decide. That's the subjectivity that is involved in some of these trades, right? Most of the stuff we do is black and white, like I say every day, but we all know if you're using the Ludwig levels, by the way, the bonds, we put up bonds on short. I was going to make this trade of the day. I didn't get a chance to do it over the weekend because I was out, but we put a short on up here. It was on Friday, went straight to the Blue Lug, got out there. That was a great trade. Put that on and go watch the webinar. It's at the end of the webinar. And we got gold. Metals look terrible now too. You know, we were talking last couple of weeks, they looked like they were going to rip, and they didn't, and all of them look horrendous now as far as adios. Let's see where we're at here, and hasn't been anything in NASDAQ or ES yet, so you can see what's going on here. Everything's fractal here. It's always fractal. You can make that one bigger one, but inside that, you have that one. And this trade on Monday, that's breaking down. So heavy relative volume here, you could take a breaking away potentially. Doesn't look like there's any heavy relative volume. This is the Izzy zone. That's just, grains are just going nuts. you know, I would take an IZZY here, but I want to see ATR retest confirm to take that IZZY, because you're breaking down out of all of this structure, aka loaded up traders that are long. That these are not the best trade IZZYs to be taking first move out of there. I'll still take it because this could just be another bounce off of this area like it did here, and that's into that huge area that I said I've never seen more activity. So this is a pretty important area. If this whole thing breaks, then this gold's in deep doo-doo, right? But it still looks relatively bullish based on that stuff, but this is pretty important what happens in this area. So, you know, I'll take it IZZY long here. I need to see ATR retest confirm. On the short side, Algo guy is crossing. You could take barks and licks. We just got some NASDAQ stuff too. Welcome to September. At least we're getting some trade. My head's spinning right now, but I was ready for this on a Monday morning after a 3-day weekend, but time to pick it up. I'll go back to gold here in a second, see if we're in any of there. Just can't mess around with NASDAQ because it's such a quick mover. All right, sell ice coming in there. See where we're at here. You could potentially take ILUG use with the bonds too. We'll keep it. I'll go back and look at that here in a second. That's usually a slower mover. Anyway, I'm not saying anything to go long here or short. And on the lugs, you are breaking into this market profile composite. Sold one here that I kept. You know, you could probably delete this guy, this one here, just because it's traded, you know, up and through it here, up and through it here, and then now you basically have this one at the bottom of this one. This could all be merged, by the way. Let's merge these in here real quick. It's pretty much right where that failed today. All right, I'm going to delete this one. So nothing really to do besides barks and licks on the short side. I can take it IZZY on long side, but I need to see ATR retest confirm. All right, this already confirmed as a long setup. Why don't I have Algo guy's bearish, so no barks and licks off of that. Nothing on the lugs. Can merge these 3 days. Market profile composite. Single day. You don't merge that. The third day overlap the first day. I got ES stuff coming in. Stuff is just going crazy everywhere. So that's that. I got to watch the bottom of that for the thesis. So pretty important zone here. This thing is buying tail, gapped up, buying tail, bottom of this balance. So you want to watch for if it does break it down out of here. If you're getting heavy relative volume, you can take a breaking away trade as one of the trades. But we've been talking about these equities for weeks now, how they just they kept having like failed balance breakdowns, and then just it will not do what it should do. So that's why I'm still expecting that. Talking about that forever. But now if this breaks, I will probably trade double-sized shorts. I have been trading double-sized shorts when we get them, and they've been working just because these markets, we'll read spot gamma here in a second, but they have every reason to lift, and these markets always lift for any reason, and it's not happening. So it's going to get interesting. All right, we're at actually we got to merge these 3-2 here.
48, with a range of 48 spots to 48.
And we got a number coming out as well. So the lucky guess activity right before the number, we always see because someone always knows what the number is. All right, so we're not quite there yet. 56.10 is the bottom of that balance. What's going on with my, like, what is this? Why is this showing me? I don't know what's going on with my ES slug. It's not even showing me like NASDAQ prices. That's very odd. No idea. All right, if you guys can post a ES, I have no idea what that is, what this is here, why this is doing this here. So post a ES slug if you can. It's got more stops than NQ. All right, so I remember we just talked about this. So this is a failed balance breakout. I will take FVB. First move out of here, I'm taking FVB short in ES. That's just one of the strategies I'm going to be taking. Right there, we already talked about that. So let me put that in. This first move out, I could put on 0.8 or 8. Obviously, you can't put on 0.8. It's 8 micros times 10 of trade micros. Risking $500 in the trade. 56.1150. Number 87. I'm gonna trade this double size too. Why not? I mean, it fits my thesis, that's why. 56.1150. I don't know why I'm not, again, technology for me, just this is my life. For some reason, I'm not getting any of my charts. I can't see what's going on as far as that. I can still see the relative volume here. I just don't understand what's going on with the. I want to restart this, but it takes literally like 5 minutes to load back up. So we just have to bite the bullet here. As far as this, I could take Barks and Licks short. Cocoa guys bearish, and then I got the FBB working. All right, lots of activity everywhere. Here's a double whammy in Q. Yeah, we'll read. Was that an ATR I just missed? The reversion trades, I can't do them right now, but I think we caught one on Friday, if I remember correctly, A+er. All right, so I would do that for this zone, make this one zone. I wouldn't make this an A+ reversion short because you're through your entries through these prior events. So I don't know what you're referring to there, unless I missed something. All right, anyway, this is an Izzy zone. This is a gap into an Izzy zone. I mean, you got the number coming out, so let's hopefully this will. I really don't want to put this on into the number, but I could take this long aggressively as an Izzy long. This is really annoying me, my lugs. This is a pick too. Granted, it's been sitting in this market profile composite, but that's a pretty large move into it. All right, I'm gonna just take this 409.50. I'm gonna take pick and Izzy long, unfortunately. When I say unfortunately, it's because I'm my thesis is, well, I'm gonna try to wait here. Wait 1 second. I just don't want to get swiped into this trade. I thought the number already came out. Because I do think these markets are gonna get killed, but this is my area. If this turns into a bullish double whammy, I'm going long. It still hasn't confirmed as a long setup either. Remember what we talked about with the broken broken double whammies or broken step bros, you expect huge moves the other way because this is inherently a bullish setup. All right, so I'm going to put this in now. Always 75 is my entry. Long. Pick and Izzy. So we have more bias coming in here too. All right, that's working.
US manufacturing production decreased for the first time in 7 months from August, and sales continue to fall in this increasing reports of demand weakness. Worth noting that it does say here a renewed reduction in employment was also reported in the
Right into the red lug or red. The guy's still bearish. There's no. I mean, I guess you could take a red rum here, but you need ATR retest confirmed because it's buy ice into the red ribbon. All right, so worst case scenario, if I do get filled on these longs here, off of this first move out, pick an Izzy, I can trail my stop to that. So I'm able to move it up close to 20 points. So see what happens here. Markets obviously are not ready. Remember, you know, my thesis is pretty much short, especially if we break this zone, right? Break the bottom of this balance, but you shouldn't be seeing bullish events. That's why we use the SI indicator. You don't just guess what you think's happening. Let the real-time volume tell you. Right? See a ton of buy ice coming in here, so let's see if they can hold it up. If they do, then I'm going long. If this stuff fails, I could take barks and licks off of this guy and this guy. This one still hasn't proven bullish. We need to touch 405.75. Is that Fed chirps or is some S&P dude? I don't know, somebody's talking, but I don't think it's a Fed guy. I think he said some S&P guy. S&P global guy. And you can see this liquidity up here. So you know that's getting filled. All right, I'm filled to the tick as usual. All right, so I got long pick and Izzy stops at 52.25. So remember, guys, it's not to trade every strategy. Pick, you know, especially if you're first starting out, pick 2 or 3 of them or one and get really good at it, and then add another one, and add another one. 6 months, you should have, you know, 3 to 5 strategies. They don't have to be my strategies. If whatever you're looking at, just make sure you're following the rules of the stop iceberg events. All right, so if this pulls, you know, this is my filter for barks and licks. It's starting to pull right now. There's a way I can still take, you know, if that pulls and this comes back to this guy, I can go bark and lick off of that, or I can go bark and lick off of that. And you know, this looks getting filled. Another 40 points away. So this was the bottom of this guy that I got long on. Again, I don't love trading when the market's just bouncing in here. I don't like trading the edges like that. But this was a big enough move. You know, this is a 120 point move into the, you know, after the open. I'm willing to take that to bounce. The best picks we talk about all the time are when it breaks out, comes back, test, goes, is sitting out, comes back in, test, goes. Those are the ones I love. I don't love just playing the edges, but that one was, you know, a big move down. All right, so some areas that I will try to get out of, you know, I have, what do I have on? I only have 3 on. I'm going to watch point of control right around 37.25. That's right where that liquidity is. Pretty close. What we got going on? Gold. I'll come back there. Gold's lots of stuff going on. And I still have FBB shorts working here. This thing has not shown its hand yet.
Brings us now 10 minutes away from the top of the hour, which is the release of the US ISM manufacturing PMI August. The class 57.5 and the prior 46.8 with a range of 49.1.
All right, dueling positions. That's always a blast. Short FBB.
The price is paid for class 52.
We have another number coming out.
And new orders sort of prior read of 47.
Yeah, there's another number coming out here in 10 minutes.
US construction spending month-over-month. Forecast for 0.1% and the prior -0.3%.
All right, short ES, FBB, long, pick and Izzy and Q. I was able to trail my stop to that. You know, you could have combined all this, if all of it, if you wanted to. You know, this was, hey, I don't know if you guys have seen that routine there, the 1 ATR back to the zone. So if that comes back, this might be bark and lick territory, because I think that'll be pulling, be close. I really don't want to have, you know, 5 different strategies on into the number. But I will sacrifice for the team. 19-4-20 50. I will go long bark and lick. I'm assuming it'll be pulling. We'll take a look at it, but let me put them in just in case I miss it. Yeah, those are working. All right, if I stop out of these, at least I have short ES, FBB. It's a nice move already. So I'm going to be getting out of some of these. Definitely before the number, if we're at any kind of, I have nothing on the lugs at all. We are at the bottom of this guy. Let's see here. It's breaking through it. I'm going to get out of half of these right here. Of course, just runs away. Then I start touching the mouse. All right, I'm out of half. You know, I probably would have got only a quarter here, but we got the number here. You know, it's fine. That's a quick trade there. FBB, nice move. I don't have any lugs. Could you guys post? Did you post the lugs? I can't. I hate that chart. I can't see what's what. Whoever posted that, man, shizzle. It's hard for me to see. Was it 55.05? So is that your blue lug? Did we just bounce off of it? Yeah, to the tick. All right, I'm gonna get up another 4 here. Well, I missed the exit. That bounced right off the blue lug, right? I still don't understand what is the deal with this. Oh, 56.05. Okay, sorry. All right. So I got out of half at the bottom of this. I'll hold on to the half here and see what happens. So still short. Important spot gamma level. Let's read that real quick. That's all stops. Yes. All right. Looks like I'm gonna get stopped out of these Q longs. Maybe not, but I'm not. I don't move my stop, right? You could trade off this new event, but my stop's in from this stuff. So the stops for me is very close. My NQ look all right, don't they? All right. Stopped out of NQ longs, but I'm still short. All right, so you got all this activity, like you got to decide if you're going to put this on right before the number of the ISM. Whoever thought Mortimer must have given Beeks and what's that guy's name? Or Beeks must have given Mortimer and Randolph the wrong information, because whoever came in here buying this thinking this number is going to be bullish, it's not working out for them right now. Let's see what we got going here. So another area here, this is a potential pick long off of this guy. Now we just make these one big zone. Not going to be fun. 700 pukes here. Well, this is a double whammy here. So what I'm going to do here is I'll just trade this separately because you had stops, buy ice, stops. You can trade that. If you want to combine them, you can. I'm going to just trade them individually. I'm just hoping this kind of just meanders here until the number comes out. I don't want to put on trades into this number. A lot going on today. All right, next area down for ES. So where's your blue lug at? It's 100 points down. That can't be right. Madam Shizzle, your blue lugs is 100 points away. There's really nothing here on market profile composite. The only other thing we can be piecing out of these is IZZY zone. And we are in IZZY zone. So I'm gonna get out of a couple more of these before the number. I got 9 on, I'm gonna get out of 4 right here. So I'll hold 5 into the number, that's not even that bright, but let's read this real quick. Where are we at here? Seven is the peak positive gamma zone, upside target to a close of 56.20 and 830. Key spot gamma levels for SPX, support 5600, that's where we're at right now in the cash, SPX. Traders we're watching PMI and employment on 9/6. Futures are pulling back this morning, moving SPX to the major support zone at 5600 to 5620. We remain risk on with Friday's close above 5620 and hold a stop under 5590. 5700 is the big upside target for this week. Below 5590, we think scales tilt towards the downside with a large support at 5500, 5540. Sorry, 5550 to 5540, 5440. Position offering that support expires today. This is not very clear here. It's just on Fridays. This is a short call market, meaning after Nvidia's earnings. Seems little enthusiasm for robust equity move higher, as seen by the retracting call implied volatility. Or this is distinct from a market in which you may want it. Sorry, that was bonds. Where was I here? Where you may want to buy puts because you believe downside is imminent. Cost selling has stuffed dealers with gamma into 5700, which is where we see positive gamma peaking. You can see this in the sneak peek of our new gamma. I'm trying out their new thing. They emailed me last week. It's like the real time, I forgot what they call it, tracer or something. I'm trying it out this week, so I have a meeting with them tomorrow Wednesday. So I'll let you guys know what we'll be looking at it on the webinars, but it's going to be available soon. I thought the hero was, but maybe it's like a better hero. I don't know. Big positive gamma infers upside of resistance pinning into 5700 as dealers sell the upside, market strength by weakness. So again, there's nothing. I mean, that is a failed balance breakout for the shorter term. That's what I got short on, but this may just bounce. You see how many times this has bounced out of the zone. We may revert right back to that 5700 area. I guess it's not drawing. You can see buying tail, buying tail. Gap up, buying tail, directional conviction. Here we are again. So I took that FBB short and it worked. I only have 5 left, but this could easily just bounce here. So if that breaks, then watch out. We were already talking about that, and he's saying the same thing. So when you get the two theses combined, then it's even better. First, so what's the point? The active selling calls betting on capped upsides causes reflexive flows that further throttle upside to either positive gamma. Without a big catalyst, the options market is going to likely keep directional movement low.
47 spot 2, 47 spot 2, that would be 47 spot 5.
All right, numbers out.
46, which is up from the prior 46 spot 4. You order the 44 spot 6, 44 spot 6. Also got the price traded 54.
I was just, I mean, I can't keep up, guys. So do the best we can here. Sweet 60-point stop zone here. I didn't do anything in gold. That's fine. Let this thing settle down, and then we'll look at it. I am still short crude. That's still working. And put on more barks and licks. This is right at the blue lug here. So I'm gonna get out of some of these if this can't push through like right now. I forgot to put my tick strike on too. Right there. It already bounced off of it once and I missed it. So I'm getting out of some right now. All right, I got something here. This may just blow right through. So keep an eye on it. Pick, bark, and lick on. We're at blue lug. This isn't, you know, this wasn't a huge trade, but it's gonna keep going. The lick I'm holding on to here is 70. So the lick trade's a different animal where I'll hold on to it to the liquidity. That's still part of the trade. I don't get out of my traditional areas. You know, the only time I get out is if it's at a lug or opposing position. All right, what's going on in NASDAQ here? So this may be a pick long again on this next one down. Still short of yes, a couple. You can see this, although stop run, that double whammy was basically right here. And it's getting into here. So I'm gonna take this pick. All right, we got crude stops. I can trail my stop to that. I'm gonna go long pick at 0150. I think I'm gonna put on pick and Izzy long again. So you got, you know, it's through this Izzy zone, but it's into this Izzy zone. So I'll put these longs right back on. 0150. And we're done with the numbers, I think. So and I'm still short, yes. So I'm gonna go. I could put on a whopping 2 based on my risk. For a 150 Izzy and pick. All right, that's working. Algo guy is definitely not bullish now. No, take that back. So that's crossing. So if this confirms long, I could put on barks and licks here too. And that, still short of yes. Stop runs and crude, trail your stop. $71.08. Rhythmic's freezing up on me. My orders aren't coming in. There's a tick extreme in one of these. Could be a TikTok here. All right, more sell ice in ES here. So you get it. The TikTok is like the, you know, you want it to be a bullish. So it's like you get buy ice, you buy it, sell ice, you buy it. Right out. I mean, right when you hear it. This is sell ice, so I wouldn't do the TikTok here. Let's just take a look at what that was. That looks like that was a NASDAQ tick anyway. Tick extreme. It might have been yes. Can't tell.
Long night sites will sell TP, 115 contracts.
All right, new lug CL. I still have shorts on. I got a few hit the blue lug. Because this is how you can judge if you want to, you know, this is a ton of volume, even going back overnight, right? Like this was telling you something's up. It's just sitting in here, but there's huge volume. So when it breaks out of there, somebody's screwed. Huge player. I mean, there's a lot of volume there, the relative volume. Then you get that and all that. And now, you know, the algos are getting run over today. It's basically one algo in that market that runs all the lick, and I hope they're getting their asses just handed to them. Looks like they are. So that's why it's not doing the usual rip back 80 ticks, come back, rip back 100 ticks, because there's so many traders that were overloaded, and they just, now they're, you know, puking them out. There's puke right there. Let's see where else we're at here. New lugs, we are at the bottom of this guy. I'll get out of a couple more. 70.45, if this can't push through there, if I keep my eye on it. There's another liquidity, but I said I was going for this liquidity for my liquidity trade. So for the pick and the bark that I have on, I'll get out of 70.45 if I can. I mean, this was pretty close. I just missed it. It was right there, actually. So that's my, again, I can't stare at these markets to get out, to figure out if it's going to blow through many times because I'm hopping between markets here. All right, so I'm still short a yes, trailing my stop to 11.25. And I haven't done anything in NASDAQ since I got stopped out of those earlier longs. All I have on in ES is the FBB. Is that 11.50? 11.25. All right, so that trail stops working. Obviously, I'll go guys bearish. Can't even make it to the red, just keeps bouncing off the blue. I could take barks and licks off this guy. I cannot take barks and licks off of that because we default to the most recent one, and that would be a bullish. This would make this a bullish event, so that's off the table for shorts, but I can still barks and licks that. On the flip side, longs. This is still in the Izzy zone. I would take this Izzy long. So if this holds, meaning doesn't prove bearish, which it's trying to right now, that means touch the ATR at 55.91. You can see it there in the bottom left. This moves out of here alongside. I'll stop out of my FBB short and I'll go long Izzy. It doesn't matter now, but all right, if this makes it down to here, I'll be watching this to get out of more. Where is the, wow, I cannot believe the blue lug is that far down. How is that possible? That doesn't look right. You usually don't get a 160 point spread between the red and the blue lug. Anyway, I'll be definitely, if this motor's down here, it's another 15 points at the top of this pick. Let me get out of a couple more of these. 36. All right. Yeah, I got more crude. I still have my lick on them. I'll be watching this 70 area to get out of those big motors down there. In the meantime, I can add right back to these, right? I got out because we're at that market profile composite low or high. Where are we again? And I'm not even looking at the Izzy's on. I got to keep an eye on those too, obviously. This is why I got out of a couple more at the bottom of this guy. Went right through it, right? Other than that, I'll hold it there. Let's see what we got for Izzy zone. This is an Izzy zone too, so that's,
Why the GC won't enter.
if this turns out to be a bullish event, I could go long Izzy. These are the best Izzies. So I got the most there. If this holds, I'll turn around, stop out at 7107 for my remainder, and I'm going to go long Izzy. And actually, was this a pick too? Yeah, I'll take a pick here too. You know, again, this was just the bottom of this, but it moved straight through it. It's moved straight through this guy. Volume event, I'll take a pick long. So I'll stop out of my shorts and go long 7107 Izzy and pick. Excuse me. I put on 7. All right, those are working. Can I look at GC? You're gonna make me look at gold, huh? This clown show stop run where they pull the liquidity so the thing is 70 ticks wide. Gold's in trouble, man. I mean, this is finally broke that. Remember, held that. I think we were long that day. I think I got stopped out to the tick, but it still held this area. Right now, it just kind of went through there, back in the zone. If I get shorts, I'm taking double slice shorts first and foremost, and then you got the bigger picture balance, like that's breaking down. So if this fails, I mean, this was the move into the Izzy zone. Granted, you got to trade this whopper zone, but this adjusts to the size of the zone, the volatility. This comes back. I'll move it outside of this, a couple ticks. I'll go short Izzy. There's no pick here. But you got to decide. So that here's another subjective. Like, are you willing to take this Izzy short? So stop running back into the inflection zone, fails. You'd be going short at 2507.6. Well, the blue lug is 30 ticks lower. So you're risking, what is it, 140 ticks to make 30? You know, that's the decision that's to be made. I think there's enough going for this trade that it could blow right through that lug because of this whopper breakdown. Hey, there's Thinkorswim for you. Great, good software. Works really well. So I'll take it, but that's a little scary into the lug. All right, that's probably going to take a little bit. I'm about to be stepped out of the range of the crude, and I'm going long, picking Izzy. This last event, this double whammy, it's a broken double whammy. We already know what that usually signifies. I'm just shocked this market did not make it up to liquidity. Obviously, it's not over yet. You guys remember, it doesn't mean it needs to go here right now. So it can drop 300 points, then come back. All right, huge pukes in the S. Trailing my stop to this event. 1200. I miss a bark and a lick here. I sure did. Damn it. I didn't hear this. This was there's your ATR. Here's your retest. There's the one reversion, by the way, ATR retest. I should be short. I can still go short here if this spots back up here. 89.75 barks and licks. I'll put on. I'm not going to chase it. If it pops back up there, I could trail my stop to this most recent event. course, it won't pop back up there because when I miss trades, they don't come back almost ever. All right, hopefully you guys got that. I just didn't see that test. There's the ATR. I mean, that ATR looks accurate. Right on. But anyway, I still have the FVB short on. I'm gonna travel to that. You see where the stop is right there. You have to make a decision. Are you gonna stop out right in the middle of this zone or are you gonna move it out of it? And that's an extra, 6 points. I'm willing to do that. You may want to just say, if it pops up, it's a great trade, I'm out of the rest. I'll move it to 56.04. Just make sure we're not in another area that I can get out of some more of these before it does its usual bungee jump off the page. Oh, I can't see my lugs. Did you say we were at yellow lug, by the way, Grumpy? 55.84. Okay, so we're right here. I usually got at half my position at the yellow lug anyway, and we got the spot gamma level. So I'm gonna get out. I still have 5 on. I'm gonna get out of 3 more here. So that was a nice trade. It's almost a 2-hour trade. I still got 2 left. I'll stop out. I'll move that up here, 56.04, and then trade this accordingly. I have Barks and Licks working that I missed. So, for this trade, I'm putting it on into this spot gamma level on the yellow lug. I'm okay with that because I can at least trail my stops. So this is the trade I missed, the Barks and the Licks, right? Let's see what happens there. Yes, 1 and 2 ATR short or A plus. Yes, that's correct. So he's referring to this. So these dashed lines are the entries with the stops through the zone. So if it does that, that would be A plus 1 and 2 A plus ATRs. If that happens, you are correct. I don't see any heavy relative volume going down here, so those trades look okay, unless the footprint is showing ridiculousness. Let's see. Actually, this is A plus footprint too. And remember, we say 30,000 is a lot for ES, but the ATR is 7. So it's like, that's a lot right now. And you can see this is all relative. It does pick up the heavy relative volume comparatively. Anyway, this is another A plus reversion where the firm isn't even working this one yet. But when you get big moves like that, so many times, all these longs that just got run over are praying for it to come back and they get out as it comes back. Well, that just enhances the A plus trade. Right. So not only do you have you have a prior volume event, that's A plus in itself. You have a heavy footprint. Let me log into my. I'm going to put this on myself here. I didn't get a chance to log into my trader bait. That's where I do put the A plus on once in a while. My own, it is running at the firm, but it's not been. Lots of errors lately, not picking up trades. Very annoying, actually. All right, so the one entry is at for the reversion trade. So be careful if you are trading, like say, I have these on, I'm doing the reversion on the trader rate apex, the position trading is on the rhythmic apex. If you are trading PAs, do not have opposing positions on in the same market, even between NASDAQ and ES, because they can disqualify you. So anyway, the reversion here, the 1 ATR is at 96.25. I could put on 1.2 big ones. Put on 2 there. Uh, 96.25. And 275 is the 2.
Hot sell GC 309 contract.
Stop for the 1. It's basically right at the top of this. I move it to 4, 1 tick. Stop out in that zone. So this is where you just put these in.
Two.
Oh, shit, I don't want to do that. I got them long on accident. So I clicked the wrong side. Hey, surprisingly, it's 6 ticks against me. Really, really odd. Unbelievable, man. Look at that. The minute I accidentally touch the thing, this is a live account too, it just spikes down on me. 8 ticks, 10 ticks, 12 ticks, whatever. Guys, this is why I am the complainer I am. Made a mistake. I went to go put the stop in, said I bought at the market, and the thing literally I bought right there. 4 points in my face. 2 seconds. Yep. All right, anyway, what I was trying to do is put a stop in. So if I get filled, my stop's just already working in there. It just cracks me up. That happens so many times. I mean, it's my mistake, but does the market have to rip 12 ticks against me in 3 seconds? No, I don't think it does. All right, I lost my bearings here. I wanted to go short here, right, in gold. I already missed that entry. And you can trail your stop here too. What did I say I was putting on here?
CL1 retested.
Say I get one thing right. Oh yeah, remember I said if you want to put it into the lug. I'll just wait because this could be, I mean, you could get a slug here too. Stop running to the blue lug, right? I mean, this is where it gets, start giving you a headache. You're like, okay, am I entering there or am I going to get out of that zone? Oh wait, that's another 80 ticks. This is a pretty big move. Like these are the best Izzy's, the best slugs. You know, this is very sketchy right here. I mean, we just talked about this. Like this is breaking down out of this huge balance, weeks. Very sketchy. It could hold. You know, this is where this came in and might do one more of these. This is a scary trade though on the long side. Slugs are meant to be, they're not ever retest. So I'll go long slug right here. I'm going to hold my breath on this one because this market could get absolutely destroyed today. But this is a volume event. The market's so bearish, you shouldn't be seeing bullish events. 2511.7. I could put on 4. This is slug. I'll put on an Izzy too. I think if it breaks, then I'm going to fire. I mean, then I'm trading double size on the short side. So it is what it is. Why did I lose my trading strategies? I'm trying to find my, oh, that's why, because I logged me out of my account. That's why. Neat. A second here. All right, slug is number 126. $25.11.7. So if you did get short there into the blue lug, like we were talking about, I was considering that. Trail your stop to this. All right, so it's just a minimal loss if this doesn't break.
188 contracts.
And that guy's stuff too. All right, those are working. Izzy and slug long. Very scary. The market may get absolutely destroyed today. All right, this is a bearish event here, and it's a broken double whammy. I elected just to make this one, just this here. So here's your ATR. That'd be really surprising if that retested. Not, comes back, I'll put on barks and wicks. Short. There's not too much liquidity down here though. That puppy's still up there. You know that's getting filled today. Again, doesn't mean it's happening right now. So I don't see much lick here. I don't think this is a good enough risk reward. Well, let's see here. We're short at 96. Yeah, it's about 40 points. I could put on lick. But if it struggles here, I'll be out of that lick. So if it comes back, barks and licks, I just filled on one of the ES. What a joke. So I accidentally bought that, chased it down, took a loss on it, and then it rips back right back up. All right, so I'm short the one ATR reversion, A+, and the 2's here. So this is where you just let it work. Remember, this is not the exit. You got to hover over this. The exit's at 90.75 for the 1. This is a bullish event. What did I have working here? Did I not have Izzy? Oh yeah, I moved it. I'm gonna move them out of here, right? 04, isn't that what I said? Did I even put these in yet? I'm still short FBB, so that's moved to 04. I could put on an Izzy long. I mean, you can enter right here if you want. I'm not entering in this prior event. So I'm willing to put it up 6 more points to get long Izzy. If this holds, right? This was right here. So we're talking about 2 different trades here, right? The position trading, it's Izzy long. I'm short the 1 ATR reversion, A+. What was the other area? I just get the 1 ATR. This wasn't A+ because the stop is in the middle zone, but that was the 1 ATR right there, gold. That one worked perfectly. Let's see if the S works. So just Izzy long, right? That's all I can do here. If this holds, look at the euro today. I think 7 close to its lows. So this is where you don't. All right, I filled on it, right? So it's so tempting to be like, oh man, that's close enough. All right, I'm out. It doesn't seem like a big deal. You do it 100 times, it's a lot of ticks, right? Anyway, A+ work like a charm. So now, I don't usually take, like if I get the retest of the zone, I'm done. I don't then take the 2. Doesn't mean it doesn't happen. I just have not seen as much consistency with that trade. We do know that's a big footprint. This is a prior event. You could take the 2 as well. I'm not going to. That was my profit. All I really got back was my error. But that's okay. We pointed it out. I don't usually take these on the webinars. Hopefully you caught it. Winner, winner, chicken is for dinner. Sky Blue, I just got done talking about it for 5 minutes. Were you on the webinar? I pointed out 2 reasons it was an A+. Can anyone tell Sky Blue why that was an A+ reversion, please? Look, I'm all for questions, guys, all the time, right? But when it's the last thing I just talked about was the 2 different reasons why this was an A+ reversion trade. Could someone please explain to him? I would prefer somebody that's new why that was A+. I pointed out 2 different reasons, not less than 5 minutes ago. Like I said, I'm all for questions, but when I just get done talking about it, it just means you're not listening, and then you decide to pop in and ask a question because you weren't listening. All right, barks and licks are going on here in 19,295. I could put a whopping 2 on. think I already have those working. Hold on here. No, I do not. All right, those are working. Could someone, I want someone to explain why that was an A plus ATR. Somebody new, if possible. Just don't make me call on you like a teacher. What did I just fill on? Oh, what did I just? Why am I still? Oh, I filled on these originals. Remember, I missed the shorts, so I'm filled on those. We're at the blue lug, and I'm getting thrown off here now. See, this is why I don't, yeah. So I just put on these bark. I'm not going to put on these barks. I just filled on them. All right. So I was just going to cover those, but now we got stops. I'll trail my stop to that. I'm okay with that. And I'm short barking lick as well off of this guy, remember? So, but I made a mistake here. I should not be short because technically that's a bullish event, right? We default. So actually I'm going to get out of my barks and licks right now. And yes, because I shouldn't have put those on. I'm still short FBB. So that was a mistake. So a lot going, guys, this is why I can't do the reversion trades most times. It's so labor intensive and it just throws me off my game and I can't remember what the hell I was doing, right? So anyway, what I was doing at the time, this was a bark and lick. I missed it. I'm like, okay, if it comes back, here's my entry, I'll put that on. Well, I put it on and then this validated as a long, so I should never even had those on. I mean, I guess I could have kept them on, but that's just not the right way, that's not my rules. So I just got out of those. I made a little bit, I shouldn't have those on. I still have the FBB on. That stop is trailed. This is exactly why, I mean, it didn't hit the stop price, but that's why I move it out of the zone because this is why Sky Blue, number one, why this was A plus reversion. Your reversion line, the dotted lines are in a prior event. More importantly, they don't have to be in the prior event as long as the stop is outside of the prior event where you're forcing, the market has to get through this prior event for you to stop out. We already know the propensity for the markets to come back to the zone for the reversion trades as it is. Now you have this helping you. This is exactly what's running at the trading firm. This trading firm better have caught this. I not getting a chance to look at it until I get off this webinar. That's number one. That was an A plus on its own. You could have made this A plus plus because then you had in the footprint a heavy footprint bar that the entry was back into the bar where all these longs were underwater. This is the pattern. It's not a pattern, it's common sense. Longs get run over. They're holding their breath. It comes back into that. I mean, it got a little bit above there, but they say, oh, thank God, and they get out, and that causes the next wave down. So you had a heavy relative volume bar where the one ATR was in, and the prior event where the one ATR was in. Does that make sense? Sky Blue. Thank you. I understand you're trading, but it's like, I can't just continue to cover basic stuff while I'm trading too, right? I'm trying to show you guys 8 different markets. So please try to pay attention when I'm talking about this stuff. But that was why. What is going on? What am I filled on there? I just filled on gold. Now I'm way off my game. I'm still shorty crude. Trailed my stops. Yeah, I'll go long picking. Still short, but I'll get out of those and I'll go long picking Izzy. We already went over that. What did I do here in gold? Was I working a slug? Yeah, I just got filled in slug and Izzy long off of this stop run, Dumb and Dumber stop run, right? Just went over this. whoever I said how afraid I was because this is breaking down, but that's an IZZY, took that. You could have waited for the retest confirmed, but it did it anyway. Here's your ATR, here's your retest. So even if you did variation number 1 of the IZZY, you still got long. And then we took the slug. Right there, one of the best trades in trading. I don't know if I've mentioned these Ludwig levels before. Kind of powerful, especially when you get your volume in. Stop, run into the lug, take the trade. You want to watch this too. If this gets back out of here, that's telling you something. You could take picks. I would wait for, like, if we get an event. Actually, probably got it right here. This is iffy. If I get another event up, you could take a pick potentially. Anyway, so I'm long off of this. IZZY and pick. I mean, IZZY and slug, right? Stop. Now trail to that. 25, you know this is coming back here. Look at all this liquidity, but I don't know when. So my stop's in. 25.01.8 is the stop for those trades. Why did I not fill in the slug? I put it in there. Six. For some reason I didn't fill in the slug. That's not cool. I mean, it's back in my face, but this was supposed to be the entry. Guys, but look, see, this is what I'm talking about. That, you know, I had to make a decision. Look where this bounced, right? Right at the bottom of that prior event. But I was not going to move the entry up 80 ticks. So you just got to bite the bullet. If you want to go long, you're saying, okay, I'm entering right in front of this zone. I'll accept the consequences. And you can see it's bouncing down. So I actually never got the slug on. If it comes back, I'll put it on there. Just blanked, I guess. I do have the IZZY on. All right, so, you know, Monday, well, it's not Monday. It feels like a Monday. Those are usually my worst days. Today's, now I'm fine. Like it. I'm a looking and I'm a liking. Right, here's the FBB and ES. Here's crude. I forgot what that is. 136. These are all earlier. Bark Energy. There's the bond trade I got out. That was pick and IZZY. We talked about that. These are current. I still have some MCL on. Still have some MCL on. Short NASDAQ. Oh, that's what I have to do. Trail my stop to this event, right? So I shorted those right into the blue lug. I was just about to cover them, and then I heard the event. So I'm like, okay, I'll hold it. Just because, you know, now I can trail my stop at least. But I took those trades right into the blue lug. You are not going to be very successful doing that off Parks and Licks most time, unless heavy relative volumes coming in, or it's just a very, very situation. It's starting to look like it's going to be a very, very situation. But anyway, I'm like, I'll keep these, and I'm just going to stop out right there. If that comes back, I'm not risking on 30 points. This is my decision. I'll accept it if it does that and bounces off this prior event, stops it. Because I wasn't even going to put, I was about to cancel the trade, right? So I'm not carrying up another 30 points into the lug, right? I might get new lugs here though. 19,329.75 is what I'll trade on my stops to. And I'm still short, yes. I can't get over to bonds right now. 330. All right, you guys should be having a good day. Like, you know, we talked about the crude earlier. Madam Chisel's pointing stuff out. Talked about the A+ trades. I mean, you should be taking the same trades, not mirroring my trades. You should be seeing the same stuff I'm seeing if you've had any experience in this room. Yes, doing it. I already talked about that. Do you need to go in the doghouse? We just got done talking about that. Come on, man. Right? Remember I just said? Then I said I forgot to put it on and I just put it back on, I think. And I hear it fire off though. Let's see. Yeah. No, I did, but then I just put it back in. I just put it in. And you can see this is very likely going to struggle in this zone for a while because it's a prior event. Yeah, interested to see which trades the old algo took today. All right, so still short crude, still short ES, short NQ. If you guys aren't catching these trades, you need to figure out why, because they are staring you in the face. That's why we're on the webinars, to go over them. I caught an A+ during this. All right, so bigger picture though, like this is getting real interesting. I've been on this for 41. That's an FBB. I don't see heavy relative volume, so I wouldn't take that trade off of these events. But like if we move back into this zone, I'm going to take double size short Izzy, and anything else that's there, pick. Let's just take a look. Because you should have all this in your head, so when it happens, if it happens, you're ready to go. You're not scrambling. Wait, where are we? What do I do? I can't. Oh wait, there's stuff firing up. Like that would be this is the perfect pick. This is the pick, my favorite pick, where it gets inside this guy. So that guy comes back. So you get a volume event. That's going to be a good short. I'm going to take double size shorts. Even into this one, I would take double size shorts. Okay, so Sky Blue, that doesn't make any sense. Is there a way to know when a trend reversal occurs? I like to trade those. Well, then why are you asking me how to trade a trend reversal if you like to trade them? I don't trade trend reversals. I just don't. Like I trade my areas. I'm not saying if you trade it, that's fine. You know, just demand a volume event. And just use the same rules that we use for the volume events for every trade. But I don't understand how you say you like to trade them, but you don't. Is there a way to know? You should, if you trade them, then you know. I don't trade trend reversals. Like that's too subjective to me. Like you know, like when people draw I talk about this all the time too. When they draw the channels on the so this like back here, this would look like something like this, right? And then the market moves above there, and then they turn around and then make it like this, and then it moves whether that's just nonsense to me. Okay, you can do whatever you want. If you like that and it works, great. All I'm saying, I don't care what you guys look at. It's not up to me to tell you what you think is important in the markets. What I'm telling you is to make sure you get this stuff in the areas you deem important with our rules. This is the most important thing you can use in futures trading for the 1 millionth time. All right, I think we got new lugs in. We got new lugs here in NASDAQ. So, I mean, for me, where I get out, besides the Izzy zone, another Izzy zone down here. I mean, I could get out at the bottom of this guy, but I just got in, barks and licks, right? Let's see what we got going on here. That's not a bad trade. You know, you could say it's at the bottom of this Izzy zone. I'm going to get out of one of these. But what's going on, I'm gonna hope it can break further. This is just getting started. What do we talk about? What's the rule of thumb? When markets break down out of balance, the width of or the height of the balance area is usually as far as it'll trade. So I think this can make it down to here today. Doesn't always mean it happens right away, but you know, this is still fractal though too. Like this is still so like right at the bottom of that one, right? This was that was, here we are. So say this broke down from here, I could take an FBB if I got the, I mean, a breaking away trade if I got the heavy relative volume, but regardless, you could get out, but this is why you want this stuff. You're like, okay, yeah, this is at the bottom of the zone, but wait a second, they're hammering all these stuff. I don't need to get out. Here's NASDAQ, here's all the fangs. Use your volume, pressure, and balance to help you judge. I don't even have that up, which is not good. Nothing's going on here. So you can also say when we get into important areas, if you don't see the sellers engaging, you say, okay, that they're not going to push it through here. This is telling me the sellers are engaging right now, so I'll give us a second. This is already a decent trade, right? One short that guy. It's a 60-point trade. Trailing the stop. You can take barks and licks off of that too. You can add to them. See what I mean? It's like I don't need, why do I want to buy here at the bottom of the dizzy zone if no one else is buying? They're unloading on this thing. So for me, besides the bottom of the dizzy zone, the next place down, it's either an opposing volume event where I'll get out if it turns bullish. Well, actually, we do have yellow lug here. Hold on, I'll get out of one here, maybe. If it can't push through here we are. It's another 15 points. If they're hammering these, I don't need to get out the yellow lug. Other than that, there's a tick extreme too. So I got an event. I could take a tick-tock long. I didn't hurt anything, but let's just see. That was in, it's hard to tell which ones these are. I got to make different noises for ES. So heads up, because you may get a tick-tock here where you get an event. All right, this is getting real close to yellow lug. I'm gonna give this a second. I'll get out of one of these. Then I'm gonna let the rest ride to the blue lug, basically. YM stuff, I didn't get a chance to get over there. Here we are, the yellow lug. Next one down is this market profile composite high. Oh, come on. It's right around 19,150. We got blue lug at 19,000. What are these? Hold on.
ICL 150 contract.
I'll give this a second. All right. I'm out of one. Good trade. Bark and lick. I shouldn't even put it on. I was about to get out of it into the blue lug. I just got lucky that stop run fired off. I'm like, well, okay, I'll take it. But this is what I was afraid of. So man and shizzle passed on, which is fine, right? I just heard the event fire off right when I got in. I'm like, well, I can trail it now. I'll take it. And that's a nice trade. Now I'm looking at that and or that or opposing event to get out of these shorts. I'm still short. There's another tick extreme. So many times when you get these moves, when you start getting tick extreme, that's like going to be the end of it. Well, this is why this is not, that was not ES at all. Here's the 1,000. This is NASDAQ. So this could be it for now. Many times, I mean, this thing has been hanging out down here, but you get that extreme tick reading and then that's it for the time being. I gotta get these things going here. What do we have for ADD here? ADD is not trend down. It's only 1,100. We say 2,000 or more. Can anyone tell me why Thinkorswim just can't have the charts populate in the middle of the damn screen? Why do I have to do this every time? Is that big of a software programming that you can't have the charts repopulate in the middle of the screen? It's just, I just can't get over how shitty Thinkorswim is. I just can't get over it. Pardon my language. It's like, they won't populate on my screens where I put them. I gotta like drag and drop them. That takes me 5 minutes every time I restart Thinkorswim. Then I gotta scroll over because they're not on the screen. That's like, I just don't understand. All right, still short. Yes, here. I got out of the barking lick because I shouldn't have been in it per se, but that, if you held on to that, that's nice. 13 points, 10 points. But I still have FBB on here. They keep hitting these things. So this is why I traded double size ES earlier, because my thesis. So this is, I should be getting out of some here. If this starts to bounce off of this market profile composite, I'm getting out of a couple more. I still have on, actually I only have 2 on. I'll get out of one more. So first trading day of September, all the vacationing bigger traders are back. Now we're probably going to get a rip. At least the trade looks like it's going to pick up, which is very good for us. So guys, this is what I've been telling you all summer. It's like it's been dead. It's like work on your trading, work on your strategies, work on understanding these events, get the course, understand how to trading, because when the trade picks up, like you saw today, there was like 50 different things between markets. Like you're not scrambling to understand the basics. You got it all down. Now it's just, you're like the sniper waiting to blow someone's head off. All right, I gotta take a break. I'm still short crude. Trail my stop to this event now, 70.97. And you could add to those, Barks and Licks. You could still take Barks and Licks off of this guy. This hasn't confirmed, or this one, but I will trail my stop to that. Still short a couple of yes. I'm still short 1 and Q, and just watch your areas going down. Is this today? What is this? I wasn't even the right hero. And I think I'm getting sick too, which is not cool. All right, they continue to hammer these things. There you can see the Mag 7 is on its lows. So any pop back to these zones, I'm trading double size shorts. This one in NASDAQ, definitely this one in NASDAQ. And it's probably going to pop back. I'm not saying it's going to, but it probably will. I don't know what's going to happen. I just trade my stuff. But if it moves back into those zones, I'm trading double size shorts. The same here with the ES. Right, this pops into this one, double size shorts. We already took the failed balance breakout. I took that short, double size. But if this spot, you could trade double size. This is really important right here. That's fractal. Watch for a breaking away trade. Relative volume picks up. Say this does this, comes back. That's double size short. That's double size short. That's double size short. Either any of those zones coming back, or anything else I get coming back. I don't like chasing trades as far as putting on double size. And then just watch these pick areas, right? What you could do here too, say this gets in here, comes back, get your volume event. I would take that double size. If it does pop back up to this, I take that double size. I got to figure out what the hell's going on with these things. All right, guys, you should be having a good morning. Like, we went over most of these trades. And even the ones I put on pre-market, I said what I was doing. I mean, that ES breaking away, our failed balance breakout, that's the best trade so far. But that's pretty good starting at the start of the week. Feels like a Monday. I definitely have Monday brain, so I'll take that. All right, I will be back this afternoon. Looks like trade's going to be picking up, so stay on it. Post your trades, even if you don't know what you're doing. Post what you think you're seeing. Someone will help you, and you will get better. If you don't, you could be secret squirrel and then just hop over to the next trading room not knowing what you're doing. I'll see you guys later.